Teen mom star Jenelle Evans' ex, David Eason, allegedly assaulted both of her sons, Jace, 15, and Kaiser, 10. It was initially reported that he had been aggressive with Jace, causing the teen to run away. Now it has been revealed he also harmed Kaiser. So where did this information come from, and what exactly did he do to the tween? Keep reading for more details. Jenelle Evans' ex allegedly assaulted both sons. When Jenelle Evans' eldest child, Jace, ran away for the third time in less than 2 months, he revealed that his stepfather, David Eason, had assaulted him. Jace said he was not returning to their home, the land, and an investigation was launched with CPS involved. In early 2024, Jace was returned to his mother's custody, and she left David. Allegedly, there was an attempt to justify the assault as David just was trying to get Jace into the car as he was having an episode. That was hard to believe as David has a history of anger issues. Jace Evans, David Eason. After Jenelle left her marriage, she moved with her kids to Las Vegas for a fresh start, but started another toxic relationship. She became involved with close friend and manager, August Keene, but he called the police on her after an abusive, drunken fight. This launched another CPS investigation. She then sent her son Kaiser, 10, to live in Tennessee with his paternal grandma, but quickly returned to get him. His father, Nathan Griffith, spoke out against Jenelle and dropped bombs about what Kaiser had been up to. Now, Nathan is spilling even more tea, per The Sun. He is claiming that David Eason did not just hurt Jace, 15, but also Kaiser, 10. First off, Kaiser was often getting in trouble for things Jace did. He would hurt their little sister, Ensley, 7, but Kaiser would get called out for it. When they were younger, Kaiser told me Jace threw a rock and hit Ensley in the head and blamed Kaiser, and Kaiser got the living crap beat out of him for it. Since Ensley was David's baby, he would not tolerate any harm done to her. So how bad did Kaiser get it? David was relentless. There was a time when David Eason and Jenelle Evans' only child together, Ensley, was going after Kaiser. Finally, he retaliated, and instead of David getting mad at Ensley for being the instigator, he went after Kaiser, if Kaiser did anything to Ensley, and this is how sick and demonic this stuff is. Ensley kept on messing with him and hitting him and pinching him, so Kaiser pinched her back. Ensley didn't get in trouble, but David supposedly reached around, pinched him as hard as he could and made him bleed on the arm, and he has a scar on his shoulder from him. Kaiser also shared that David allegedly punched him in the face several times. So, it appears he was aggressive with the males in the home and Jenelle allowed it to go on. Nathan alleged Kaiser has an underbite. He recently got his braces removed. He believes it is from David punching him in the jaw at the age of 2. Jace has a lot of rage in him as he recently destroyed Jenelle's home, leading her to call the police. He has since been removed and is likely not going home anytime soon. What do you think of the allegations Nathan had made against David? More so, do you believe Kaiser should be in Tennessee over Las Vegas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In a shocking and deeply troubling development, the tumultuous world of former Teen Mom 2 star Jenelle Evans has been rocked by explosive new allegations of domestic violence. While it was previously known that her ex-husband, David Eason, was under investigation for an alleged assault on her 15-year-old son, Jace, new claims from the child's biological father suggest the abuse was far more widespread and brutal, also targeting her 10-year-old son, Kaiser. The harrowing details, which include allegations of pinching a child until he bled and punching him in the face, paint a picture of a volatile and dangerous home environment, raising urgent questions about the safety and well-being of the children involved. The initial incident, Jace's flight to safety. The current wave of scrutiny began late last year when Jace, Evans' eldest son, ran away from home for the third time in a short period. During this distressing episode, the teenager made the courageous decision to disclose to authorities that he was fleeing his stepfather, David Eason. Jace explicitly stated that Eason had assaulted him and that he feared returning to the family's property, known as the land. This disclosure triggered an immediate response from Child Protective Services, CPS, launching a formal investigation into the Evans-Eason household. In a turn of events that offered a glimmer of hope, Jenelle Evans subsequently left David Eason in early 2024, and Jace was returned to her custody. At the time, sources close to the couple attempted to downplay the incident, framing Eason's actions as a misguided attempt to restrain Jace during a behavioral episode. However, Given Eason's long and well-documented history of violent outbursts, homophobic rants, and the killing of the family's dog in 2019, the public and critics found this justification difficult to believe. A fractured fresh start and a father's revelation. Seeking a clean break, Evans moved with her children to Nashville and then to Las Vegas. However, stability remained elusive. She quickly became involved in a new relationship with her close friend and manager, August Keene, which rapidly devolved into toxicity. The situation culminated in a drunken, abusive altercation that resulted in Keene calling the police on Evans, prompting yet another CPS investigation into her fitness as a mother. Amid this fresh chaos, Evans made the decision to send her 10-year-old son, Kaiser, to live with his paternal grandmother, Doris, in Tennessee. It was during this period that Kaiser's biological father, Nathan Griffith, began speaking out, expressing grave concerns for his son's welfare. Now, Griffith is dropping what he describes as sick and demonic bombshells, alleging that David Eason's abuse was not limited to Jace, but was also relentlessly inflicted upon a much younger Kaiser. A pattern of punishment. Alleged abuse of Kaiser Griffith. According to Nathan Griffith's exclusive interview with The Sun, Kaiser was often placed in an impossible and terrifying position within the household. Griffith claims that Kaiser was frequently used as a scapegoat, punished for misdeeds that were actually committed by his older half-brother, Jace. When they were younger, Kaiser told me Jace threw a rock and hit Ensley in the head and blamed Kaiser. And Kaiser got the living crap beat out of him for it, Griffith revealed. The rationale, he suggests, stemmed from a clear bias. Because Ensley 7 is the biological daughter of both Jenelle Evans and David Eason. Any perceived harm against her was met with disproportionate and vicious retaliation from Eason. The alleged abuse, however, went far beyond unfair punishment for actions he didn't commit. Griffith detailed a specific and chilling incident that he says illustrates Eason's relentless cruelty. He described a scenario where Ensley was repeatedly hitting and pinching Kaiser, who eventually pinched her back in retaliation. Ensley didn't get in trouble, but David supposedly reached around, pinched him as hard as he could, and made him bleed on the arm, and he has a scar on his shoulder from him, Griffith stated. This account suggests the attack was not a momentary loss of temper, but a deliberate act of inflicting pain and leaving a permanent mark. The physical violence, however, allegedly did not stop there. Kaiser reportedly confided in his father that David Eason punched him in the face several times. Griffith even posits a connection between this alleged long-term abuse and a physical medical condition, claiming that Kaiser's underbite is a direct result of being punched in the jaw by Eason when he was just 2 years old. Home in perpetual crisis. These new allegations cast a darker shadow over an already troubled family dynamic. They suggest a home environment where the male children were subjected to aggressive physical violence, while their mother, Jenelle Evans, is accused by critics and the children's fathers of allowing it to persist. The trauma appears to have had severe ripple effects. Jace, who has endured a lifetime of instability, recently made headlines again after an incident where he reportedly destroyed his mother's home, leading Evans to call the police on her own son. He has since been removed from her care and is unlikely to return in the immediate future, indicating the profound and ongoing impact of his experiences. The revelations from Nathan Griffith have ignited a firestorm of concern and debate among followers of the long-running saga. The central questions now are no longer just about David Eason's actions, but about the system designed to protect these vulnerable children. With CPS investigations piling up and horrific accounts of abuse continuing to emerge, the public is left wondering if anyone can truly provide the safe and nurturing home that Jace, Kaiser, and Ensley so desperately need and deserve. The thoughts and opinions expressed in this article are based on allegations from named sources. The situation involves ongoing legal and child protective matters. We will continue to follow this story and provide updates as they become available.